If you want to build muscular definition in your upper body and abs, you have come to the right place because today's workout is focused on just that. We are targeting specifically the chest, the back, the shoulders, the biceps, and the triceps, plus the abs and obliques for an awesome 30-minute strength training session. The workout today requires only your dumbbells, and we are going to be lifting heavy for our workout. So keep that in mind as you're picking your weights. Always pick something relative to you and the exercise we are doing. Just to give you a reference for myself, I am going to go anywhere from 10 to 25 pounds today and use everything in between. Our optional equipment here is the exercise bench. I've got that out here. You can use a chair as well if you have that, or a sofa, that works as well. And of course, the resistance. No, these are not, well, these are resistance, but what they are really called, wrist weights. I've got these as well. And for the structure today, we are going to be working compound and isolation rounds. So we are going to have 2 rounds for compound exercises, 2 rounds for isolation, and then we're going to have 1 round for abs. We are going to work those compound exercises for 45 seconds through, and then we're going to rest for 20. The first round for compound will have 4 exercises repeated twice, and then that last one will be 3 exercises repeated twice. For our iso rounds, we are going to have 3 exercises repeated twice, working for 30 seconds and resting for only 15 seconds. And then for our abs round, we have got 6 total exercises, working for 40 seconds and resting for 10. Now the abs round is going to come smack dab in the middle. It's actually going to be round number 3. So we're going to sandwich that in between our upper body exercises. And with that, I think I covered it all. I kind of went out of order if you're used to my usual order. So that was fun. But that was like driving home another way. You know, it's like works your brain. Okay, we're working our brain today too, I guess. But let's go ahead and get into our warm up so we can get this workout started. We're going to start with arms across, one arm on top, and then the other. And then we're going to do nice big arm circles, and then 3 exercises with our lighter dumbbells to get everything warm and ready. Now we're going to do big circles, taking it one arm and then the other. So alternating sides here in 3, 2, and 1. So nice big circle back, and then the other side. Kind of opening up, getting a little twist as you work through these circles, kind of warming up through the core as well. Almost like a nice big backstroke. This makes me want to go swimming. That's my favorite stroke because my head gets to stay out of the water and I can breathe comfortably the whole time. Yes, I used to do swimming, and it was before high school and a little bit into high school. Random story. There you go. Last one on each side. Here's 1 and 2. Now grabbing your lighter weights, we're going to do a bent over row, standing chest fly, and shoulder press. I'm going to use my 10 pounds for this. Again, nothing too heavy. Main focus here is form, making that mind-muscle connection, rolling the shoulders back, hinging it over, and here we go. Row it up, squeeze, hold it, control it down. So nice and slow all the way down. Back flat, core is engaged, weight stays in the heels. Thinking about keeping that chest parallel to the ground. We got 2 more, and then we're gonna bring it up to stand. Here's 2. And last one, squeeze, exhale. And up, chest flies, take it out, squeeze. Try not to swing your arms, just lift them up, squeeze through those chest muscles, and back down. Last 2, and then into shoulder press. Here's 1, right into shoulder press, dumbbells up, and press. All the way up, squeeze, and down. Tap the shoulders with your dumbbells here. Keep those hips tucked under, knees soft. 2 more. Here's 2. Last rep, and then we are getting into our heavy lifts. Round number 1, all about the compound exercises. Compound exercises, let me explain this really quick, just in case this is new to you. Compound means we're working more than one muscle group. There is going to be that main muscle that we're working, which we're going to hit the back. Biceps are going to come into play a little bit on this one. So that's the compound exercise. Iso is where you were targeting just that one muscle specifically. So that'll be things like bicep curls, tricep overhead extension. With that, if you want to start your watch for today's training, I am using our traditional strength training option on my Apple Watch. And if you are using your wrist weights, now is the perfect time to put those on. Let's get into round number 1, starting with our single arm bent over row. And if you have your bench, you can, or your chair, you can bring that in as well. If not, mods on screen when we're using that. And let's do this. All right, Getting into bent over row position, using your bench or your chair as a little bit of support. And here we go. Row it up, squeeze, hold it for a second. Nice and slow with our reps. So the heavier the weight, the slower we'll move. Getting through that full range of motion, hitting the bottom, arms straight, get a little stretch through the back and then pull. Work those muscles all the way from the bottom up to the top, hold it. Exhale with your work as you squeeze through the back. Keeping that spine nice and long. Last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, one more set, just like that. Same thing, same side. If you can up your weight, go for it. Really want to try to hit that muscle failure by the time we get to that last round. We'll take it for a short recovery, and then we get right back into it. And again, work till failure. Here we go. Second set, 45 on, and squeeze. Get that full exhale as you come up. Whew. Almost there, couple more reps. This should be getting so tough by now. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes, nice job. Whew. You can start to feel the heat come through your face when you start to hit failure like that. That's awesome. All right, we're switching over, other side. Same thing, other side, 2 sets. 5 seconds out. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Row it up for 45. Squeeze, hold it tight. Full extension. All right, you're almost there. We got time, just one more. Here comes the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Second set, 20 seconds, shake it out. Lifting heavier, so give your hands, give your wrists a little shake as well. And then remember, as we're lifting, you don't have to over grip and squeeze the weights. Make sure your wrist stays straight and just kind of use your fingers as hooks with that bar. Second set, 45, here we go. That's just something small, just to pay attention to your wrists and your fingers. Because if you do notice that your wrists and fingers and your hands start to fatigue before your muscles, could just be that you are over gripping, which is very common, just to put that out there, because that was something I had to focus on for quite some time before I could really just kind of relax a little bit in that area and let that dumbbell just hang in my hands. Because it feels what you're like, you want me to just do what now? But don't worry, it'll stay there. Last one, here's 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Second set, we got it. Now we're going on to chest press. So grabbing a matching weight, or at least 2 sets here of dumbbells. Not 2 sets of dumbbells, just a set of dumbbells. How about that? 2 dumbbells. Rolling it back. We got chest press, keeping it heavy. 45 in 3, 2, and 1. Press it up and squeeze. Now, if you are on the mat, let those arms, the back of your arms touch the mat before you press back up, full press up. If you are on your bench, let those arms come nice and low. My arms, my elbows are passing my bench and going down, working really deep into those muscles. Driving your shoulder blades into the mat or the bench, getting a little arch in your back there. Gives you a little bit more leverage to work with this heavier weight. And then, of course, the exhale as you press up. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Whew. My rest is gonna come with my arms up. I know that seems a little crazy, but whew. All right, we're gonna go again. Second set in 3, 2, right back into it. Here we go. Squeeze that armpit egg, crack the egg at the top. Push those dumbbells towards the ceiling. Really feel those chest muscles work. It took me the longest time to finally make the mind-muscle connection in the chest. And as soon as I started to think about that armpit egg and at the top, just really getting that full press, not stopping with my arms bent, but really pushing up towards the ceiling, that's when I felt those muscles and I was like, okay, now I get it, because it helps a lot if you can. That's why I always say make that mind-muscle connection. It really helps you to engage those muscles even more. More engagement equals more strength equals more muscle, and we showed up. So let's get everything out of it. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. That was the second set. We're going into shoulder press now. Full stand here, so no need for the bench. I gotta go down just a little bit in weight for this one. 3 seconds. Here's 2, and let's press. Press and squeeze. Now, tap the shoulders with your dumbbells. Press it back up. Full extension again here, but not shrugging the shoulders. So keep your shoulders relaxed down and away from your ears, but extend through the elbows there, punching the ceiling, keeping your wrists straight. Now placement here, so we're not over gripping again, towards the back heel of your hand. Your thumbs just wrap around the dumbbells to steady them. Oh, wow. Three, 2, 1. Nice job. Rest it out. Shake it out. Last and final set of round number 1 before we move on to our ISO round. So enjoying this, just under 10. So grab the weights, getting ready to go again. Here we go in 3, 2, 45 on. Keep those hips tucked under, soft knees. And remember, nice and slow. If you feel like you have more leverage, more power with a staggered stance, one foot in front of the other, you can absolutely take that as well. Biggest thing is just keeping those hips tucked and activating through the core. Oh my. All right, we have got like 15 seconds left and this is getting so serious right now. Here we are, 3, 2, 1. Rest it out. All right, next exercise, we have hammer curls. We're about 10 seconds out, keeping it with that heavy weight. So work time shorter, but rest time shorter, 30 and 15. Here we go, hammer curls. Squeeze it up, squeeze, tighten it up, control it down. So still nice and slow. When I say squeeze, squeeze through that bicep muscle. All the way down. Last 3, 2, 1. All right, one more set, 15 seconds. So you've got just 15 seconds to rest. I was gonna say you got just a minute here to rest, but I was like, no, that would not be true. So here we go again, 30 on, hammer curls, squeeze it up. Control it down. Almost there. Whew. Then we're moving on to triceps in 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, skull crusher. So if you've got your bench, You can lay down on that. I'm gonna use my bench. 1 or 2 dumbbells. If you have 1, you're gonna hold on to the ends of your dumbbells. I'm gonna use 2 here. So bench or mat in 3, 2, and 1. Trying to bend just at that elbow. Exhale as you press up back towards the sky. Straighten out through that arm. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Second set is coming. All right, arms back up. 3 seconds. Here's 2 and 30 on. Bend it down. Full extension, straight. Straight arms right here. 3, 2, and 1. All right, rear delt flies. You can do, if you don't have a chair or your bench, you're gonna do those standing, that mod's on screen. If you are having a seat, bring that chest all the way down to your legs, hinge it over, and here we go. Up, squeeze, and down. Try to hold it for even a half a second there at the top. I know that is so tough. So right now we are isolating through that rear delt muscle, part of your shoulder complex. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Second set is coming. Breathing. Last exercise in round number 2. Then we move on to abs. So hinge it over 3 seconds. We're moving quick, and let's begin. 30 seconds on. Almost there. We'll get a quick recovery and then meet on the mat. Here's 3, 2, 1. Nice job. All right, clearing out our space. We are actually done with the bench for now, so you can get that out of the way. All right, and then dumbbells out of the way. We're meeting on the mat to start with abs. 15 seconds out. We are starting with a cross body toe touch. So legs are gonna be up. We're gonna alternate sides here and reach for those toes in 3, 2, and 1. Reach it out and down, up. So reaching for the outside of that foot towards your toe, really getting those shoulder blades up of the mat. And just a quick reminder for timers for this one, 40 seconds on, 10 seconds of rest, 6 exercises, only 1 time through. Last 3, 2, and 1. Keep those legs up, alternating slow, lower leg. What am I trying to say? Slow alternating leg lower. And here we go. 1 leg, keep it straight, nice and slow. Down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it up quick. Now other side, down. Moving it halfway. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up quick. Down for 8, 6, 4, 3, 2. Up quick. Other side, down for 8. Woo! We're gonna do 4 counts each now to get both leg in. Here's 2 and 1. Other side. Last little bit here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Hug it in. All right, butterfly crunch pulse. So soles of your feet together. Get those shoulder blades up, hands behind your head, and we pulse it. So squeeze it up. Squeeze it up, up. Keeping those shoulder blades up. Now, if you find the butterfly position is just kind of preventing you from keeping good form, keep your feet flat and just do that crunch. The butterfly gives just a little bit more intensity. Almost there. Squeeze, squeeze. Exhale as you're lifting. 10 out. Oh, the abs are on fire. That is so good. Yes, come on, 2 and 1. All right, legs straight up. We are gonna do hip lifts. So we're gonna just get those hips up off the ground and then control it down in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go, up. Control it down. Up. Control it down. Hands right next to your bum there. Up. Stamp your feet on the ceiling. Now, the slower you can lower, the more intense you are gonna feel that through the abs. Really directing the work towards this lower ab region here. So this is not quite a reverse crunch, but really taking the time to get those vertebrae up off the ground. Last 3, 2, 1. Feet back on the ground. Walk your feet out just a little bit because we are going to do heel taps. So targeting through the obliques, get those shoulder blades up and then reach for the heels. 3, 2, here we go, 40 on. Exhale as you reach. If you find it easy to reach those heels, walk the feet out just a little bit so you're really getting that nice side crunch in. This is exercise 5 out of 6. We have 1 more to go after this. Keep those shoulder blades up, keep breathing. Keep reaching far here. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna do an alternating knee pull with press back. This is one of my favorite ab exercises. Really push back on that leg as you pull in with the knee. So here we go, we're gonna crunch, push and pull down. So pull in with the knee, push back with the legs, and then feel those abs just have to contract. Keep that low back pressed into the mat. Get a full exhale before you release the push and pull. So taking your time nice and slow. Just looking at this exercise, if you were to see someone doing this exercise, you'd be like, and what's that doing? But as soon as you do it, you know. It's like everything is just like, come on, hold it for 3, 2, 1. Woo! Stretch it out. We are finishing compound and iso rounds. Going into our compound round, we are moving on to a close grip row. So you can use 1 or 2 dumbbells. We've got 20 seconds. I'm gonna pin mine together. I'm gonna do 2 20s. All right, so if you're using 2, pin them together. If you've got 1, you're gonna clasp those hands around, roll the shoulders back, chest about parallel to the floor, spine nice and long. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze it up and down. All the way down, squeeze it up. So again, feeling this a little bit in the biceps, but also throughout the back. And then with this squeeze here, with this narrow, especially if you're using these dumbbells, you're gonna feel it in your arms as well. I can feel it in my forearms. If you have 1 dumbbell, you might not feel it as much. Just a few slight differences between the 1 and 2 dumbbell position or grip, I guess I could say. Stick that chest out, squeeze. Here we go, last 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds, we do that again. Awesome thing about this last round here, this last compound round, with the first one we had 4 exercises because we had one side and then the other. This time, only 3 exercises. 5 seconds out, hinge it over. Last 3, 2, and 1. Row it up, squeeze, control it down. Get that full extension and that full squeeze and exhale up. Keep in mind, you are well over halfway through this workout. No one ever said this was gonna be easy, but I promise you, it will be 100% worth it. Not only building a strong body, but building a strong mind, because hey, we got life to live and we're gonna live it to the fullest. Last 3, 2, okay. Yes, last time for that one. We're gonna bring it to the mat. Make sure you got enough space because we are doing push-ups. Now, if you find that push-ups bother your wrists, you can always do them on your dumbbells. Just make sure you're keeping your wrists straight. So you can absolutely do that. Knees or toes, you can do it on an incline on your bench if you'd like. 45 on, here we go. Body long and strong. Bring those push-ups all the way down. Push all the way up. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Woo. You may really not like push-ups, and that's okay because I know they are tough, but try to do them. Try to do them as many as you can on your toes, then move to your knees. Listen, this is one of those exercises. Let's get back into it, and then we'll talk about it as we're working through them. 45 on, here we go. Push-ups are one of those exercises, or whatever exercise it might be, that's like, this is not my favorite. This is where, yes, you are working your body, but you are training your mind to do the uncomfortable things. And I will tell you what, you are gonna grow so much from doing the uncomfortable things than you would if you just sat still and just stayed comfy all your life. That's how we go for it. We do the uncomfortable. We step out of our box. We break down the wall and we don't give up. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. We've got one more exercise in this round, and it is the awesome Arnold press. So bring it up. Okay. I'm gonna try to start with my 20s, and then I'm gonna put my 15 nearby just in case I have to go down. Arnold press. Here we go. 45. Press it up. Control it down. Exhale all the way up. And that's the other thing. When you get through those tough exercises or those things in life that you just maybe it was new, you didn't feel comfortable, there was a change, and you get through it, it may not even feel good in the moment. But once you get through it and you realize you can do it, it's gonna boost your confidence and you're gonna go for the next thing. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, 10 seconds. Going again. What do you got in you? This is the last exercise in round 4. Let's make it count. And we're off. Here we go. All right, I gotta switch my weights up. Woo. Exhale, push. Almost there. Here's 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds. Round number 5. First exercise 90-degree bend, lateral raise. So kind of isolating that lateral deltoid right there. Grabbing your weights. 5 seconds. Here's 3, 2, 30 on. Here we go. Lift, hold it, control it down. Leading up with those elbows. And just like that rear deltoid fly that we did earlier, try to hold it for even half of a second. Mini scream at the top. I'm like, I gotta scream if I'm gonna hold it because it is burning. Whew. Last 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds, rest it out. I don't care how silly it is. If it helps me get through a rep, I'm doing it, okay? Because didn't show up to just willy-nilly it. We're giving it everything. Here we go, second set, 30 on. Last 3, 2, 1. Moving on to bicep curls. You know this 15 seconds goes by fast. We're 5 out. Relaxing the shoulders down, all biceps. And here we go, 30 on. Squeeze it up. Let those arms hang. And then squeeze back up. All the way down. The reason I am overemphasizing that is because if you are just going down to here, that muscle does not get a chance to work through the full range that it is capable of. And so you're cutting it short. Will we do exercises like that? Half reps? Absolutely. But right now, all of it. Last one. I want you to work through that full rep. Okay, rolling the shoulders back, getting ready, 5 seconds. Last set for bicep curls. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze. Over halfway. Last 1, 2, and 1. All right, tricep overhead extension. Last exercise, 2 sets, only 1 minute of work. Grabbing your weight up overhead. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All the way down. Press and squeeze all the way up. Full extension. Keep those hips tucked under, keep your core engaged. Almost there. Last 3, 2, All right, 15 seconds, last 30 seconds of work. Breathing, keep it heavy. Okay, 5 seconds out, bring it up. Let's get every second in here. And back to work, here it is, 30 seconds. Press it up. Now today, your finisher is going to be the glutes finisher. And the reason being is, well, because the upper body and abs are like, we're done, okay? So it's all about the glutes, and having strong glutes gives you a strong life, one of those extra benefits. So that's why we are focusing on glutes after this training session today. Then of course your stretch. Last 3, I can't even get it up, and 1. Yes, that is just so good. When you hit failure on the very last rep and you're like, nope. Oh, come on. You are amazing. I am so glad you joined me today. It is always better to train with a friend and get strong. And I can't wait. Let's just keep the party going. You know the drill. Go get glutes. I will see you over there. I love you. Thanks for kicking butt with me, and I'll see you very soon over at the glutes. I love you.